a direct connection with God, you are within that fire. So you will not be misled. Whatever you do, that will be blessed. Cain and, Cain and Abel both offered sacrifice, but Cain's was rejected. Why? God did not accept it. When you do something, God has to accept it. Otherwise, everything is waste. Your money waste. When you build a house, if God doesn't want to live in that house, why should you build that house? There is no use. Some people are building big houses, you know, but God doesn't like to stay there. Even if your house is very small, if God likes to come there, that is great. How many, if you are doing business, if you are doing ministry, if you are running a shop, whatever you do, God should be there. Without God, everything is vain. If you are preaching the word, if you are doing whatever you are doing, God should be there. That is the secret of. So, one thing I have to tell you, everyone should know what you are called for. Otherwise, you are spending time, money, everything waste. You are doing something in the wrong way. How many of you understand? Some people go for engineering, but after some time they will stop their studies. Why? That was not their education. Some people do some other business. After some time, the business is broken because that is not there. So you have to know what you are created for. How many of you know? You must know what purpose God has called you here. If you do not know, everything is vain, your time is vain. Somebody was asking, I posted something on the WhatsApp, they did not understand. How many of you saw that posting? Only a few. Then I will not speak, only few are reading. You know, every calling has a strategy. A policeman has a strategy. Did you understand? A sub-inspector has a strategy. A high court judge has a strategy. He cannot go and sit in the cafe and chat with the people. Can a high court judge do that? No. Everyone has a strategy. If you only keep that strategy, you will have a successful life. Likewise, a servant of God also has a strategy. How many of you understand? So that strategy is depending upon different types of calling. So you have to know your calling, you have to know your strategy. If you do not know your strategy, you will not have a successful ministry. I think you have understood. So everyone has a calling, everyone has a strategy. When they stand in the strategy, others will not understand why this person is like that. When you read the book of Luke chapter 1 verse 80, what it is saying? John the Baptist, he was hiding in the wilderness. No one can see him. If anyone wants to see him, he will go and hide. Why? Because that verse is saying he hid in the wilderness till his time of manifestation has come. There is a time of manifestation for your ministry. Till that time, you have to hide yourself. What is Luke 180? You read? Ah. He was there in the desert. He was hiding in the desert. That is his strategy. When you read the book of Daniel, you can see Daniel was eating only vegetables. He was taken as an exile in the Babylon country. He was eating the food from the king's table, but in the king's table, there is fish, meat, everything. But Daniel was eating vegetables. That was the strategy of Daniel. The strategy of John the Apostle was to hide in the wilderness. Others cannot understand why you are hiding. Why cannot you come in the city? Why you are hiding yourself? People will ask, are you understanding? Likewise, Daniel was eating vegetables. Everyone are asking, Daniel, why you are not eating meat? When you read the book of Daniel chapter 1, you can see 1, 2, you can see Daniel was eating vegetables. Likewise, there is a strategy for everything. I told for a policeman there's a strategy. Did you understand the meaning of strategy? Is a special like a timetable. Then only you have a successful growth. Otherwise, what you do? Everything. If you are a doctor, there is a strategy. If you are a student, there is a strategy. If you are an old man, you have a strategy. Everyone has a strategy. If they keep in that, when they stand in the strategy only, you will be blessed. So I am not taking much. I will clear your doubt later, because people will be confused. Likewise, that is my strategy. My strategy is living with God, walking with God. My friend is God. Listen carefully. If you ask me who is my friend is God. I am living for God. I like to die for God. I have no other desire. I don't want to make money. I don't want to become a great servant of God, but I want to die for God. That is my desire. How many of you understand? So that is standing as a representative of God. I am standing here as a representative of God. So what God is desiring, I have to speak to people. God found David like that. So God said, he is a man of my own heart. God found Abraham like that. So God said, he is my friend. Why I am saying these things? Your best friend should be God. Do you know that? Your best friend should be God. If your best friend is God, you don't have to worry about anything. He gives his beloved sleep. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. Some people are worried. So God will open the doors. I'm not taking much time. So there is a word for you, everyone. I have some calendars here. Last time I gave some calendars. Those who have not received, in that calendar there is the word. Every morning when you wake up, you can give those who have not received the calendar. There is calendar in that word. You can look at the word and meditate that word for that day. If you want, you can take. Praise the Lord. She wants. So, our God is a great God. Last time I gave to some people. So, every time, even though she is giving the calendar, you listen to me. Every time when you wake up in the morning, you have to ask the Lord, Lord, give me a word for me today. How many of you are asking? Give me a word for me today. And that word should guide you. Sometimes God will speak to you through visions.